This is the Maghum site, looking at the entrance end where the bulldozer is. We'll be starting to plough from the flags you just see in front of us here. And then we're ploughing back all the way through here down to the lawn area as the first big zone. It's about 45 metres wide by 100 metres long. And then downhill we've got the orchard area to do around the side of that building, and then down in the back of the buildings itself. We're starting to water down the first area so the tractor can get some grip for the first run before we mark out the spring line. So we've just set up the tractor ready to plough. We've set the ploughs 50 centimetres apart and the skids right next to them, so that if we have undulating ground, the skids will hold the ploughs in place as he drives through. At Maghum we're just marking out the first string line with a heavy string. Goes 96 metres. Backing up the trailer to get it in line with the first plough. Still trying to get in line with the stakes here because the tractor is actually on a slope, which makes it harder to start. It's best to get this first line really straight and take the time to get the first line straight, and the rest is okay. The boys stand on the rolls to make sure they don't move, and off goes the plough.
The boys need to be on the back here. I'm here.
We're adding some weight to the plough to keep it down so it doesn't ride up, so we can keep it at 200 millimetres deep. Okay, as you can see, the tractor is running over the centre of the line this time. We've got the plough set at 500 millimetres apart at the back instead of 1 metre. So the tractor's just following the string line, and we've put a bar in the centre of the tractor in the front so that the driver can follow the string line by looking at that bar on the front. So this is our first plough run at Maghum, starting from the bottom grass area, following the string line with the tractor. You must make sure that the first line is parallel, otherwise all the other lines will be out. That's why we're taking our time on this one. Okay, this is the line in zone 1 we've just exposed, just been turned on. Mark's just going to put some dry sand over it, and we'll see how long it takes to just spread that out, Mark. You'll see, spread it along the line, please. And we'll just see how long that takes.
We're starting to get a rise.
You can see some moisture at the end there already.
Coming.
See, there's the moisture there coming through. And I'll take another photo in another, say, 3 minutes, and we'll see what happens.
Bye.
Now you can see the system's been running for about 2 minutes and it's already started to push along. Because this sand is so dry initially, it'll take a few hours for it to wet up the first time, and once the wetting pattern is fully established right across the profile, then you can go back to normal cycles. Okay, as you can see, there's a part here where it was cut with a shovel, so the boys just cut a section out, put a green fitting either end and a joiner in the middle. Now we fold back the geotextile.
Slowly.
And finished.
That's
and we
finished?
cover it with the soil.
Cover.
We're at Maghum now, and this is the whole landscape, including that whole grass area up to the trees.
So all these drippers.
This orchard, over the mound, on the back side, back to the buildings. As you can see, we've done the lines from the trees at the top down to this trench here, and across the other side. We've done that mound over the other side, back down to the grass area at the other side. Next thing to do is we're going to do lines down through here, through the orchard, which will run downhill to the driveway at the bottom. This is an angle from the top of the block. You can see the blow flow has been placed in it, ploughed in at 50 centimetres apart, all the way down to the buildings near the entranceway. The white trench, the white marking there is where the main trench is going back up to the cube, which will be back up here amongst these trees. Then you can see the hill where we've ploughed all the way down to the other grass area at the back, the other side of that mound. It's Friday the 1st of June and this is at Maghum. As you can see, the JCB is working here to put the electrical in. The large hole there excavated for the light pole. The orchard has been ploughed to halfway across. There's still half the orchard to be done. This is the trench that will go right to the top with the JCB, and then a trench across the top of those trees there for the header. Then back down here and across that whole back section has to be dug out yet with the JCB for the headers and collectors. We've worked out the best way for people to plough here is to put a pole on the front of the tractor so that the string line is right down the centre of where the line is going to be, and the ploughs will be offset 50 centimetres apart at the back, and that keeps the driver dead on line and nice and straight. In the orchard area, you can see here we've ploughed 50 centimetres apart as the same as everywhere else, but we've been able to plough fairly close to the trees without damaging any roots, and that's because on the tractor we've slid these plough feet towards the centre and put the skids on the outside, so the first plough here is very close to the back of the wheel, so we can get close to the trees without damaging the roots. This is the tail trench, the collector trench for this large area at Maghum, coming from the trees at the top all the way down here about 75 metres. We're also going to do this bank around the back of the building, so the kiss material will go around the contour there. It'll also then have another lot of lines running down here to the edges of this pathway at the bottom, all the way across to the orchard. The orchard runs are coming this way down to the bottom pavement area here. In many areas like this orchard here, you'll have valve boxes like this one here. So what the tractor does is they'll come down, they'll come to this point, then lift the plough out of the ground, go across and go back down again. And then what can happen here is we cut these off. If we can't move them to the side, we'll cut them off and put a 32mm pipe around the valve box and then join these kiss lines into that 32mm pipe. This is the courtyard area at Maghum. You can see a couple of peacocks there on the lawn. This is a sprinkler irrigated lawn. They've ripped up this area and going to extend the lawn down here with sprinklers. That area over there already has pop-up sprinklers in it. The area we're going to do over here is in front of the buildings. It's already had paving on it before. The paving's going to be lifted up. We're actually going to, we have requested that they excavate this soil here 160mm below the brick edge. Then we're going to lay out the kiss product in lines all the way up. That grass is going to be removed. The kiss lines will go way up to the back to meet the other area. Then we're going to slowly backfill over the top of the kiss material
to save a whole lot of excavation, make it quicker. So all these bricks, this is Friday the 1st, all these bricks have got to be removed, all that grass has got to be removed, right up back through the back, so that we can actually take the KISS product to meet the other area right up the back. This is the JCB that's going to do the trenching, and you'll see the trench here where we ploughed up through this area beforehand. Then they pulled the KISS back out of the trench, and then they dug this hole for the light pole, and you can see the sand profile goes very deep. That's about 2 meters or so deep. This is the trench at the top for this area going from the trees down to the buildings. So that was dug yesterday on Thursday. Tomorrow that will be all the KISS product will be pulled back into there, and then we start on the main lines down here. That trench will be extended across here to where Mark's putting that white line down to the other trench for the supply line. Supply line electrical is already in place here for us, just here. We're at the lower turf area of Maghum, and as you can see, this is where the collector goes in for this big turf area from the trees down, and the KISS material here will be pulled back, as Mark will show you. Has to be pulled back like that and laid back, so that we can then put a trench all the way across here for our collectors.